All right, it might still be spring, but it is time to start thinking about the fall in our next NFL season.
I think we're all excited and ready for it, right? What better way to do that than by looking towards this year's draft?
All right, Carolina Sports Live's Gabe McDonald is joining us. I can hear it right now. Dun, 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 dun. The pick is in. All right, Gabe, thank you for waking up with us. Here's the big question. Where are the Panthers going to go? Selfishly, I would like a guy like Kenyon Sadiq to stretch the field for Bryce Young. But what do you think we do? Do we keep the pick? Do we trade it? What's going to go on?
I think they'll keep the pick. We know Dan loves to make a deal. I don't think that would come until probably Friday or Saturday when you think about them having 7 picks, all of them in the first 6 rounds. They don't have a 7th-round pick. Got 2 picks in round 5. So I think, towards the later half of the draft, we could say and make a deal. But I think they stand pat at 19. This is a relatively, deep draft at a number of positions of need. You look at the offensive tackle spot. You look at, the inside linebacker spot. You look in the defensive secondary. Obviously, Dan's not ruling out potentially taking a wide receiver, which it would be the 3rd year in a row that they do so. I know a lot of people who are, depending on who you talk to, they don't want to see them go that route. But I think they stand pat at 19, and there's a number of options there for them. I think when you think about what they were able to do in free agency, they really made a number of splashes. A lot of people league-wide say they probably had one of the best free agency periods of any team in the NFL. When you think about the signing of, a Jalen Phillips, when you think about bringing in Devin Lloyd, Rasheed Walker, considered one of the, top tackles in the open market, and they bring him in on a value deal. So I think, the job that they did in free agency sets themselves up well tonight. Tight end, potentially. I know you currently have, 3 in the room that you've, kind of drafted over the last several years. When you think about, JT Sanders and Mitchell Evans, if they get a tight end, that'd be 3 straight years that they draft one. You also got Tommy Tremble as well. So I think the tight end spot, I know Bryce would love to have, a do-it-all guy, but you got 3 guys that each do one thing well. So I don't know if that's the biggest need, at least for this year in this class.
I want to bring it close to home. Is there anyone here in North or South Carolina that you think we could see? Maybe it's not the Panthers going after in that 19th spot today, but is there anyone from either of the Carolinas that we should be watching for tonight over the next couple of days that could make it through this draft?
We've got a number of guys. I mean, it really starts and ends with a guy like Casey Concepcion. Went to high school right here in Charlotte, went to Julius Chambers High School, a guy that I was, fortunate to cover when I first got here a few years ago, covered him his senior year at Chambers. I still remember when he originally committed to NC State before the season opener. Of course, ends up at Texas A&M, and this became a really dynamic guy, with the ball in his hands, a guy that obviously can be a great returner as well. We've seen him, just make something out of nothing when you think about his career over the last several years. A do-it-all guy. He's been lining up in the backfield throughout his career, can be a good slot receiver as well. We know that obviously you have Teteroa McMillan and Jalen Coker. He could be that slot receiver that could, be that good guy to get yards after the catch and really make a lot of explosive plays. So I think when it comes to guys from the Carolinas, especially in the Queen City specifically, we know there's tons of talent here from over the years, guys that are in the NFL now. You look at, the Jordan Davises of the world and so many other guys. But KC is certainly next up, and I don't think we'll have to wait too long for his name to get called. He's going to be a special player. I was, fortunate to have that front row seat to seeing him and seeing him grow over the years. He definitely has a bright future, and I don't think he'll be falling out of the first round, that's for sure.
No, probably not. His name has been floated in a lot of different mock drafts. Of course, we go through ESPN's mock draft, all the different outlets. I want to see Gabe McDonald's mock draft. We don't have to go through all the picks, but who's your top pick? Who are we taking at 19?
So I believe at 19, if he's there, I'm looking at Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon, a guy that obviously is a true ball hawk in the secondary. He started his career at Purdue, got 6 picks as a true freshman, ends up at Oregon, and I think that's a guy that can truly just be a dynamic guy in the secondary. When you think about who they already have at safety, and Trayvon Merrick and also Lathan Ransom, a solid rookie from last season, they're both guys that are, a little bit better in run support and better playing in the box, as big nickel guys and, kind of extra linebackers. Dylan is really that true center fielder, and I think he could really, be a guy that can create some turnovers for a defense that has really struggled in that department over the last several years. So I think if he's there at 19, I know Minnesota is a pick ahead at 18. They're kind of looking for the next guy after Harrison Smith, obviously, who was a long-time safety for them. They could possibly take him. So it could be a situation if Dan Morgan feels that good about him and he knows that Minnesota's waiting there, he might try to leapfrog him. But I think that's probably the guy that I'd be looking at them to draft at 19th overall.
Hey, look, Dan has said that they want to go find that center fielder for that defense, and Dylan could definitely be that for us.
Yeah.
Gabe, as you look at the entire draft, and you kind of hit the nail on the head, a lot of people have said the offseason has been great for the Panthers. What in your mind makes a successful draft after everything's over? What do the Panthers need to do to kind of shore up everything and really put the bow on this offseason?
I think just, addressing needs and making sure that you have a lot of solid depth for the future. I think, you look at the moves that they were able to make. I still think, you look at interior defensive line. I think that's a position that, they could probably still address because you lost Ashawn Robinson to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, you still have the all-world defender in Derek Brown. You also got Turk Warden, came over from Kansas City, got a big contract, maybe didn't necessarily live up to it, dealt with a lot of injuries last season. So I think you probably would want to get younger at that spot. I think, the nickel cornerback spot, if you want to get a slot corner, that's a position you should try to address. Not saying that they're going to spend a draft pick, but I think they're still going to get a quarterback at some point, probably sign one after the draft. Obviously, you want to have a guy for rookie minicamp. You want to have a guy, to get those extra reps in the preseason because we know Bryce Young isn't going to get a number of reps, so you don't want to have one or two guys, just playing so many snaps. You want to be able to kind of divide that up. But I think, offensive line too. You lost Cade Mays. Austin Corbett is now in Buffalo, that interior of the line. You want to build some depth there behind Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt. So I think, addressing the tackle spot, getting younger, Ike Ekwonu's injury timeline, we still don't know what's going to be, his timeline there. Taylor Moton is only getting older, been here since 2017. So I think addressing the tackle spot, getting younger there to kind of find a successor for, Taylor Moton and have some depth for the future. Interior defensive line, linebacker, and I'd say defensive secondary, whether the nickel or the safety spot. If they can hit on those, I think that would add to what they've been able to do in free agency.
Nice.
Gabe, listen, that was a lot in just a couple minutes. First of all, save your voice because tonight you guys are going to be live. You can stream on Queen City News Plus app on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, and you can chat with our guys while they're watching the draft and get their own opinions. Gabe, thanks for the input. Have fun tonight, man. We'll catch you later tonight. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you guys, man. Y'all take it easy.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.